as it is. It might be a little bit jumpy. So I'll do this first part, and I'll give out some parts as we go. Okay. So she's reading a letter, and the letter is from Macbeth, as I mentioned, and he is writing to her about the news. Okay. Two things: the witches and Duncan's visit. Okay. Now, in terms of this scene, she is in the castle. She's in Macbeth's castle, in Inverness, and she reads the letter out loud because it's a play. That's what people do. So this is what. Remember, these are Macbeth's words. So don't get confused. Lady Macbeth reads them, but they are a letter, and they are Macbeth's words. Okay. So let's read this. They met me in the day of... So they, of course, is the witches. The day of success is the war. So it says, they met me on my day of success and have learned by the perfectest report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. So mortal knowledge is human knowledge. So they have some sort of like divine knowledge. Now what he says here is the perfectest report is the caudal. So he says, I have proof that they are telling the truth, right? I have proof that they're telling the truth because it has come true so far. When I burned in desire, which is a nice little metaphor here for about how he feels, right? About his ambition. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air, into which they vanished. Whilst I stood wrapped in wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me, and referred to me the coming of time with hail king that shall be. So he just tells her what happened to him, right? He tells her exactly what happened to him. This I have thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dews of rejoicing. So he wants her to share his joy. This is a really interesting thing here, right? And that is, why is that unusual? My dearest partner of greatness. Judah? Exactly, right? So this is really unusual. So they actually have a weird, like a partner indicates equality, doesn't it? Right? My partner is an equal thing. Of course, in this society, she is his property, but yet they have a relationship where actually they see themselves as being equals or partners. Partner of greatness. So he's like, if I become king, you become queen, and we will rule together. This is quite an unusual thing. I'm going to say it's quite unusual. And I think the way I read this after going a few times is that it points towards her character, that she is a strong woman. She is a woman who has managed to make her husband see her as equal. So there's an idea that she actually has a lot of strength as a character. By being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. So the prophecy of him being king is also a prophecy of her greatness as well. Lay it to thy heart and farewell. So he wants her to think about it. So he tells her this, right? She gets a letter from her husband that says, we are going to be king and queen. And then we see her reaction. Now, it's the first time we meet her as a character. This is her reaction to reading that letter. Glance thou art, and Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised. Right? Notice this, please. Shout. It will happen. So she is going to make it happen. Right? There's a determination, right, to her, and a desire equal to his desire. But notice, there's no part of this where she goes, hold on a second. My husband's just told me that he met 3 witches who predicted he would be king. There's no part of her that's like, maybe that didn't happen. It's just, bang, yeah, great. So she has a kind of immediacy to her that's just like, yes. So she shares with him a desire, an ambition. It's a shared thing. Yet I do fear thy nature. So by this she means his personality. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Now there's some really good quotes. I'm going to highlight this, right? Too full of the milk of human kindness. Now milk, if you circle milk, now milk is a liquid, but it has connotations with like being motherly / nurturing. So she says Macbeth's personality is too full of milk, right? In other words, he's too nice, he's too honourable, he's too kind to actually do what's required, right? To catch the nearest way. The nearest way is like the opportunity. Thou wouldst be great, right? Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness that should attend it. So the illness is a kind of evil. So she knows her husband. She says, I know you have ambition. I know you want to be great, but I don't think you have the guts to do it, right? You are too full of the milk of human kindness, and you lack the illness. What thou wouldst highly, thou wouldst thou holily. So if you want to get high status, you want to do it through good means. Now this is a very classic Shakespearean technique where he says the same thing 3 times. You're too nice, you're too nice, you're too nice. The reason he used to do that was because in the audience you'd have upper class people, middle class people, lower class people. So he'd say it 3 times to each of those different people. Right? Too full of the milk of human kindness. If you're like uneducated, like what the hell is he talking about? Right? Lacks the illness. Oh, okay, he's not bad enough. So he tends to repeat the same thing 3 times to different people in the audience. If you want to be good or great, you want to do it through holy means, right? You are too good. Would not play false, right? So he is honourable, and yet would wrongly win. Thou'st have great glance, that which cries, thus thou must do if thou have it, and that which rather thou dost fear to do, then wishes should be undone. So again, it's the same thing, right? You don't have the guts. So he lacks courage, I suppose. But also, he lacks being evil. He's too nice. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thine ear, and chastise with the valour of my tongue, that impedes thee from the golden round. Now, golden round is the crown, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. So this is about destiny. So she says, can my husband claim his destiny? Is he man enough? And she says, I don't think he is. So what's she going to do? She's going to pour the spirits in his ear. She's going to poison him, right? She's going to manipulate him. Now, a lot of people think of her as a villain or a villainous character because of this, what she says here. She says, I'm going to make it happen, right? I am going to talk you, use my tongue, my words, to convince you to do the murder. Right? So in some ways, her ambition is even stronger than Macbeth's is. Enter a messenger. What are your tidings? Would anyone like to be on my messenger? Go on, Molly. Thank you.
What is your tidings?
No, that's me. What is your tidings? So what? Yeah, good. So what is your news? The king comes here tonight. The king comes here tonight. Now the tonight, of course, is opportunity, right? How often do you have the opportunity to do this? The king is often well guarded. He's in his own castle. He comes here tonight. Thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with him? Who were so would have informed for preparation. So she Thou art mad. She is, it's one of our words, she is incredulous. It's one of our vocabulary words. She's unbelieving. What? Really? The master is Macbeth. Like, why wouldn't my husband tell me this? Right? She's confused. Why wouldn't Macbeth tell me that he's coming? Messenger.
So please you, this is true. My fame is coming. One of my fellows has this beautiful, who almost dead for breath, but scarcely more than the makeup is massive.
Yes, good. So he says, yes, it's true, he's coming. Get ready, right? Give him tending. He brings great news. So she's kind of excited by the opportunity of this. Exit the messenger. The raven himself is hoarse. Now ravens are birds of death. Crows and ravens, black birds. That croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan. Fatal meaning, again, death. So she's already decided that Duncan is going to die. Right? The bird is hoarse that brings Duncan his fatal entrance under my battlements. Anything interesting there? Yeah? Yeah, my battlements. So she's the one with the power, right? She's the one with the authority under my battlements. She's like, I'm going to do this. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here. Right, very famous line from this play. Now the spirits, this is the bit where she's almost talking to supernatural. Now some people argue that she becomes the fourth witch because she exchanges her nature for power. A bit like selling your soul to the devil. Come, spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here. Now again, what does this mean? To unsex somebody is to remove, so she wants to remove her gender. Right? Make me not a woman. Unsex me. And fill me from the crown, which is the head, fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Right? Make me evil. Make me able to do it. Make thick my blood. Now we know what this means now, don't we? Because of the humans. So make my blood thick. Thick. Right? Chunky. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Chunky, thick blood. Stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shape my fell purpose. Now, visitings of nature is, she's referring to her period, right? So make my blood so thick and solid and chunky that it can't bleed out of me, right? Keep the blood in my body. Nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts and take my milk for gall. So of course the milk is the sort of the kindness that she talks about earlier. The gall is sort of the serious and like serious evil, right? So take the milk out of my breasts and replace it with gall, with black bile, right? Take out all my liquids and make me something else. You murdering ministers. A minister is a demon. You murdering ministers. Wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief, come, thick night, and pull thee in the dunnest smoke of hell. Right? That my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry hold. So heaven peep through the blanket of the dark. So don't let heaven stop me. So this is a really famous scene for her. This is probably the key bit, right? Make thick my blood. Take my milk for gall. Fill me from the crown to the toe with direst cruelty. So she gives this kind of almost like passionate appeal to the devil, right? She talks about hell down here. She says, make me something that is not a woman. Now what's weird about this is that even though we know that she's a strong person, she still believes that as a woman she can't do the murder. She's been corrupted by that kind of pseudoscience. She goes, make me into something else. Make me into a non-human creature. Make me into a man, or worse, like a monster. Right? Make me able to do it. So she has this incredibly strong ambition, right? She wants to be able to do this. Enter Macbeth. Great Glamis, worthy Cawdor, greater than both by the all hail hereafter. Thy letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present. I feel now the future in the instant. Now, nice quotes about time. Your letters have transported me. So she is living in the future. She goes, you have taken me into my mind is obsessed with greatness, right? I feel the future in the instant. The instant is the present. And she says, I feel the future. So she's also become obsessed by this. Would anyone like to be my Macbeth? So you can go first, and then Marlo will give you the second part of it. Thank you. Yeah, good. So notice again this, right? So there is a genuine affection between them, right? They are a marriage, but there also is very clear love and affection between them. They have a very strong relationship, unusually strong for the time, maybe. Duncan comes here tonight, and when goes hence?
Tomorrow.
When's he leaving? Tomorrow, as he plans, right? So that's his plan. Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. So she doesn't beat around the bush, does she? She's not like, hello, how was your trip, honey? How was your journey? She's like, Cawdor, Glamis, let's do it. When's Duncan coming? Tonight. And when's he going to leave? Tomorrow. No, he's not. Right? Never shall sun that morrow see. So of course the fact they're saying that he's going to die tonight. He will never see tomorrow's sun. Your face, my Thane, is as a book where men may read strange matters. So when I look at your face, I can read you like a book, right? You are too open and honest, right? You're going to give the game away. To beguile the time, look like the time. So to trick, to beguile is to trick. So you have to pretend, right? You have to pretend all is normal. To beguile the time, look like the time. Bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. So you have to pretend that we're not doing it, right? Can you actually lie? She doesn't think he can. She thinks he's going to ruin it because he's too honest. This is a great quote, right? Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. Quick little conversation for you guys, just to give you a chance to talk. What are the connotations of a serpent? Serpents. Look like the flower, but be the serpent. Right. Anyone know this? The serpent, Poppy? Very good, yeah, very good. So of course they would know this as Christians, but we're talking about the Garden of Eden, right? The serpent is the devil, Satan. So look like a flower, but be the serpent. Yeah. For sure, there's definitely a sense of like being kind of slivery. You know how people called each other snakes? Oh, you can snake on somebody. It's a very old idea that the snake is a symbol of treachery and evil. Because the snake says to Eve, yeah, go on, eat the apple. Right? And then she does it, and she loses her place in the kingdom of heaven. So you need to be a snake. Now, of course, the undercurrent of this is that she is worried about him, right? Because she thinks him as being honourable. Now, of course, what we know is that he's already having these dirty thoughts. And he says in the previous scene, stars hide my fires. Let not light see my dark and deep desires, my black and deep desires. So we know that he's fine. But she thinks that he's too good. He says, you're going to give the game away, right? You need to, in your eye and your hand and your tongue, you have to present and speak like you're being a good person, but you have to be two-faced. He that's coming must be provided for. Two meanings for this, right? Number one is that you need to host him, but also you need to kill him, right? So we need to make Duncan think that everything is fine. So that way, when we kill him, no one suspects us. You shall, this is a great line as well, you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch. So she says, your job is to make him feel welcome. My job is to sort the murder out, right? Notice she says, this night's great business into my dispatch. Which shall to all our nights and days to come give solely sovereign sway and masterdom. So sovereign means to be king. So this one night will make them powerful forever. Right? If we can just do it, we will be king and queen. All we have to do is do the murder. Go on, yeah, one line at Macbeth. No, it's Macbeth.
We will speak further.
Yeah, we'll speak further. Only look up clear. To alter favour ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me. Right? So look up clear. So try and be positive. Right? To alter favour is to fear. So to change your behaviour is to risk failure. Leave the rest to me. Okay? So really great lines here in terms of like seeing her kind of responsibility to leave the rest to me. Good. Right, I'm actually delighted with